fast and furious. And I mean fast and furious. I'm trying to beat 10 minutes for 25 Qs. That's arriving at site, 10 minutes to get the antenna set up, start operating, do 25 minutes or 25 Qs in 10 minutes, and 10 minutes to get the antenna back down and packed away again. When I was out, I did a few bunkers, single bunkers, and I think I did about 8 or 9 bunkers in a day by literally doing that, working the 25 and moving on then to the next bunker a few
Yes, but I cannot put it, suppress it again. That's a problem. Yeah, but okay, but the vertical for 80. But like I mentioned, Eric, difficult, and they're so
so 1,000 feet probably by, what was that, 300 meters? My God, man, is this in a straight line? How have you got your 300 meter wire aerial there going, George? Tell me a bit about your aerial, over.
Okay, it's my own design, it's an old design. It's called the travelling wave antenna. It's 320 meters long, and it's tuned with a dipole piece at the end against a quarter wave for every band, every amateur band. And so what I've done, I've tuned it. It's like a tuned long wire, but against quarter waves. It's in a straight line, and I live on a farm here.
Oh, how fantastic. Well, apart from the animal aspect of things, how fantastic living on a farm. Is it a working farm, or is it a farm that's been retired, over?
No, the working farm I was in, and we've just retired, well, I say just about 4 years ago, and this is, it's sort of a working farm. We have a few sheep to keep the grass down, a pony or two, that kind of thing, yeah?
Fantastic. Sounds idyllic and a really nice place to be. Good for you. And you've got lots of land to play about with aerials. So, how does a 320 meter length of cable work regarding performance? I mean, not quite sure what QRP means for you, probably about 10 watts, but you're getting a lovely signal to Rotterdam. How are you finding the general performance regarding DX on this 320 meter piece of wire? Back to you.
Yeah, I'm good. It's lovely. I get drowned out by some of the...
Very much when we left, so that was quite good. Some people are very, very friendly. I find a lot of them are very friendly, actually. I haven't had anybody... I'd only had one person who told me I couldn't park outside the gate because that was in 24-hour use. To which I said, well, if that gate's in 24-hour use, I said, I'm a Dutchman. I said, it's all covered in brambles and nettles. I said, I'd take you 2 hours to get that open. And never mind telling me it's in 24-hour use. I said, that ain't been opened for the last 6 months. To which the female sort of looked at me, looked at the gate, and walked off and didn't say any more. So that was about the only one I had telling me that I couldn't park there because the gate was in use. And when I just pointed out that the gate had nettles and brambles growing on it and that had never been opened in 6 months, she went off in a huff there. So I've had my collar felt by military police. I've had my collar felt by security people. And parking warden, they wanted to know what I was doing once. I said, well, there's nothing saying I can't operate here with my equipment. I said, I paid to park. And he hadn't got anything to say about that. I said, I'm not obstructing anybody else there. I said, I'm doing a legitimate hobby. I'm fully... What really gets them is you say when you go and say, I'm a fully licensed radio amateur. Fully licensed. Oh, yes. Now that seems to be the magic word. Once you say you're fully licensed, they tend to take a step back. Yeah, the military police were quite fun. They came out and told me I couldn't park there. I said, well, I'm going to park somewhere around the edge of your perimeter. I said, because I wish to operate your bunker, which virtually takes the whole 1K circle up. They said, well, if you go down the lane there's a muddy track. You can park in that muddy track. We can't see that on our cameras, so our governor won't tell us to come out and move you on. And by the way, you haven't taken any photographs, have you? I said, no, I haven't taken any photographs. But you'll see the photographs on the page. They're the ones with the big square buildings with the two chimneys coming out and a cooling tower beside. I took them afterwards from the main highway, so there was nothing they could do about that there. But you can guess from that description what they are there. At least I never saw nothing going flaring out of the top with a flame behind it. Back your way, Dale, from 3PHT.
It's interesting stuff. I think, as you say, though, I mean, broadly speaking, when you're out and about, people love to stop and talk. As I say, I often go, the busiest place I go to is at the beach. So I usually have people asking what I'm fishing for, which always surprises me because clearly I'm not fishing. I just have a big fiberglass pole. But, you know, nothing else suggests fishing. You know, I have a radio.
You're coming in very nicely into the Netherlands, so that's a funny one, George. How do you explain that one, over?
It's really strange because Shabu is 5 and 9 plus 20. You're nearly 30 over. You know, and I'm hearing stations really well. And there was another guy that said we were doubling. He was loud too. So on receive, I'm doing really well. Maybe it's the power differential because I'm just peaking over 10 watts, over.
Shabu can't hear you very well for whatever reason. And is there a reason why you can't use more power, George? Is it radio or do you cause interference if you turn your power up? Why are you only on 10 watts, over?
It's calibrated. I'm using it to test the efficiency of the loads. Only by using low power can we really tell how the thing is radiating, over.
You mean you're testing it with other operators, or you've got measuring equipment out there, over?
It's measured, it's calibrated. It's calibrated with a small transceiver, a little kit transceiver, and it's calibrated.
I see. Because I've worked with a new aerial for past 2 or 3, well, maybe 3 months now, and...
piuttosto grave e quindi è un po' interferito, non si riesce a tirar fuori.
Eingeatmet, gell? Und wenn man schon krank ist, sollte man das nicht tun. Aber ich hab das unbedingt tun müssen. Ungefähr, 2 Stunden.
Vediamo un po' se riesco a capire completamente il tuo indicativo. Italia W.
Do I say, not good? No, I'll wait 2 or 3 months and see how it performs over a period of time. That's not the hard way, George.
Anyway, the back. POJ into HDMI into the monitor.
Alright, so I've got a proper lead here. I've got a lead that works with Kenwood, you know, HDMI to VGA, because back of my telly's got a VGA input, so I can actually use
meistens mit unschönen Reduktionen der Freizeit verbunden.
Ja, genau, da bleibt nur das Wochenende fürs Hobby HI.
Ja. Ich habe das jetzt seit knapp 2 Jahren hinter mir. Und ja, aber wer weiß noch, wie das...
bye bye.
Pitoving, wat niet kikken we doen.
Immediately someone else will take over on the frequency on 40 meter band, and that is exactly what has happened right now. And I was, you were getting washed out, and he was getting washed out as well because of the the station above us, 2 kc above, 59 plus plus, while the other station was transmitting again. So it is that pattern repeating again. The stuff we talked about, the QRP 10 watt, especially on 40 meter band at this time of the day, Angelova.
Yeah, I can actually hear somebody underneath us and somebody to the right of us as well, which I can see on the scope. You know, it's not the fault of the QRP station. They're just doing the best they can with whatever circumstances they're working with. Let it be their aerial, let it be the license. So yeah, we can just do the best we can, and unfortunately...
ON80i.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, depends which way you look at it. So yeah, Shabu, I think this probably goes hand in hand with being an amateur radioist. But as for people coming to a frequency very close by, I can appreciate sometimes they just can't hear the person and they think the frequency is free, and that's why we should always ask, is the frequency free before we come on the frequency? And probably won't help very much if he's 2 kcs higher up, but yeah, it's a tricky one there, Shabu. And I think this is a problem that started at the beginning of amateur radio. Back to you.
Yeah, indeed. I given a gap there. And when I give the gap, the other station is 59 plus 5 dB on this frequency. There is no way a QRP station will be here, unfortunately. I'm just giving another gap, but I can see plus 5 dB. Yeah, I think it is okay. I mean, it happens. I think it is a difficult one. Condition on 40 meter band at this time of the day is quite difficult. It's difficult to hold on to a conversation with a low power station in the same. Unfortunately, that is a reality on 40 meter band. Should this be in a 10 meter or a 20 meter band with plenty of space, bandwidth, people not stepping on each other, I think it is very much possible. But on 40 meter band at this time of the day, it's quite difficult to hold on to the conversation with a QRP station. This is what I find. Even with Dean, his lower level energy was high, and he was only pushing, I believe he was pushing about 100 watts. It was not even helping. But had this been the stock microphone, that would have been a different story. And that is what I told him in the morning. Very good. I think we are almost coming to an end of the day. Condition is changing as well. Hopefully we can catch up again tomorrow. But tomorrow is your day off. But we can catch up in one of these days. Not a problem at all. Papa America 1, London Echo Germany, Mike 0, kilowatt radio Italy.
ON80i, over.
Written in concrete. I do like to prefer Sunday off, but it's not. Yeah, it just depends how I feel. But before you go, I did see a quite nice film yesterday. Well, I say a nice film called The Substance with Debbie. The Substance with Debbie Moore. Is that familiar? I think it's only just come out. Over.
No, but I will have a look. Talking about the film. Films, we call films, right? We in India we say films. Talking about the films, there was a movie released in September, and it was rated 8.5 out of 10. And on my pirate theater, when I watched it first, it was not very impressive because there was a camera quality. And when I looked yesterday, it was a HD quality. Then I decided to watch it, stream it, cast it, and absolutely brilliant. Great expression of the emotion. I don't think I have seen any movie in the recent days with that kind of outpour of emotions and captured very well. Casting is also absolutely brilliant. But this is not a Hollywood movie though. This is a Tamil movie. I know you don't like to look at the text and watch the movie. And that is a difficult part. Otherwise, I could have recommended a lot of other movies to you. And there is another one that was released on 5th of December. And I was just waiting for the reviews before booking in Croydon VUE. And somebody sent me a feedback on it and saying that it's not very great as the first version of it because it's a sequel. And then I decided to cancel my plan, and I'm waiting for the theater to open up, my local theater to show off that movie before I can watch. But I did look at the Hollywood option. A couple of children movies I have seen. I think that may be of interest to the children. But this particular one you mentioned, could you please repeat the name and the actors in it, over?
ON80i.
Subtitles for me can get a bit tiresome. I spend more time looking at the subtitles than actually what's going on in the film as well, which is to me a bit frustrating. But the movie I'm talking about now, it gets 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. If that means anything to you, it's called The Substance. It's a 2024 film. It's the horror sci-fi, and it's starring Debbie Moore. She used to be absolutely a darling about 20, 30 years ago, and she's not so bad these days as well. Demi Moore is the main actress, and horror sci-fi, probably more science fiction / horror, but fantastic special effects. The makeup really, it must have won awards for the makeup, but Demi Moore is probably one of the more famous actresses or actors in this film, called The Substance. Over?
Yeah, definitely. That is going to be the movie of the evening. Definitely, I'm looking at it. Amazon, IMDb shows 7.4 rating. And looking at where it is playing, Rotten Tomatoes, Rotten Tomatoes 90%. Amazon Prime has it, but these people are asking for money. Although I do have a premium subscription. I will have a look. Interesting. And Demi Moore, beautiful. I think I will do that one. You know, I like the investigative type of movies. I like the horror movies. I like the investigative crime thrillers and love.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I'm not really into horror movies anymore. You know, when you get to my age, there's not a lot that scares you really on the screen. But this one, really, it's quite nicely done. And a nice twist at the end, which is always the way it should be. But, the title really gives you no idea what the film is about. But watch it if you can, if you've got time. And I'm not sure if I'd pay to watch it, but then again, I didn't have to, so maybe that choice is not really relevant. But is there any way I could send you a file, let's say a 3 or 4 gigabyte file? Could I send you that via email, or is that too big a file for email, over?
File will be 25 email will have a limit of 25 megabyte. In order to transfer the file of that size, I think the problem is my Google storage is running out, and they are asking, because I have changed my regional setting, they are now asking 650 rupees per month. 650 rupees, that is about a 6.5 pound, 7 pound a month. They are asking for additional, what is that, petabyte? 1 petabyte or something. Yeah, huge. A huge space they are offering for a 7 pound a month. Do I have to pay 7 pound a month, or I go back to the history and delete the selected content, all the garbage? I could potentially delete it and reclaim the space. But it is a hassle. It is more work, which I don't have time for. I would rather spend the time on radio. I am contemplating between giving money to Google for storage, and if I manage to get storage, then it is a matter of sharing a folder with you where you can deposit QSO.
Oh, I see. That's how it works.
ON80i Shabu.
Stuff off the cloud, so everything, from what I understand, everything that's on the phone is just on my phone, and I've got a huge 512 gigabytes of internal memory on this phone anyway, even though I can put an SD card in there up to I think a terabyte or maybe more. 512 gigabyte on the phone I think is enough. So I used to get those messages from Google as well, and Microsoft, saying that very soon all the free storage is going to be up, and you have to now start paying for additional storage. And I thought, pay for additional storage? Why can't I just store it on my phone or the computer? So I've disabled those services. But do you need to store things in the cloud? Can't you just store them locally? Over?
No, I think there may be a breaker. Breaker, please stand by. No, in the past, I did take that route in the past, and I ended up having a number of hard disks, USB hard disks, and I still have them. And the trouble is, then these hard disks, they have a life, right? They have a lifespan. They're just like any other electronic device. And then we have the responsibility of transferring.
Is frequency news?
I could have a local solution. I could have...
C'est pas évident, hein. Tout le monde...
The network attached.
Je comprends, bien sûr.
Recovery option. But why take this hassle? What is the point in taking all this hassle of setting up NAS and disaster recovery and high availability when the cloud people will take away that heavy lifting from us? All we need to do is to pay them. If we are able to pay them, minimal amount, and there is a lot of competition up there. It doesn't need to be Microsoft or Amazon. It can be other parties as well. And if we are able to pay them, just save them there and use it. This is the way I take it. But with the Google and with the Google becoming native to the Android phone, it makes more sense to be storing stuff in the Google storage, rather than with a third party or even with Microsoft OneDrive. OneDrive may be good for Office documentation. We use the Microsoft Office at work and personal computer, and they may be good. So OneDrive may be good at storing that sort of information. But your Android is a rival to the Microsoft, isn't it? They don't save in OneDrive. They naturally go to the Google Drive. So it makes sense to have a little bit of OneDrive and a lot more Google Drive and Lava.
Yeah. I've got Windows on the computer and Google on the phone. So I've got both companies asking me to buy storage in the cloud, and I don't want to give them my money because I don't have that much storage, and I'm perfectly happy to keep it here. But there again, about 3 years ago, I bought an 8 gigabyte hard disk, which you only really get 7.2 gigabyte to use. The other 800 MBs go somewhere else, and it's amazing how quickly I fill that up. I just put on like all the James Bond films in full HD, which is probably 150 gigabytes, and I just put loads of series on, and I didn't think within 3 months it would be filled up. But that was filled up years and years ago, and now I've learned when I've seen something, I just delete it and I don't need to see it again. Unless it's a particularly good film, then I keep it on the hard disk on the computer. But the rest, Shabu, I just let it go once I've watched it because, I've seen it. I know what the ending is, over.
Yeah, but certain programs, I know there are some programs once watched, it is really, really challenging to go back and watch again. Emotionally, very challenging to go back and watch again. Yeah, we spoke about it in the past. But stuff like the Back to the Future, I think I have watched at least 10 times. And I'm always ready to go back and watch with the children. And even without children, I can watch as well. I think there are certain movies we can always go back and Glover.
Yeah, well, we're all different, aren't we? And we all do things our own way. And me really can only really watch the film once because I know the ending. Even Back to the Future, which is a very well-made film, especially the first movie and the second one as well. I think the third one, well, when they get to film 3, the ideas are kind of up, really. But they're fantastic, very well acted, very funny film, really good story, very well produced and put together. But, you might have Back to the Future, let's say, on your hard disk from a few years ago, but maybe in 5 years' time, that might be re-released again in 4K. Because if it's been recorded on 35mm film, apparently that can be upgraded to 8K native resolution. So if it's recorded on film, which it probably is, and on 35mm film, that can be transferred into 4K quite easy. So you might have a copy of that film now, but I'm sure it's like a 4K copy in Atmos surround sound, over.
Yeah, probably. Whenever I look for, I did look for a lot of earlier movies in Blu-ray format. In Blu-ray format, even in 3D format, the movies which otherwise was not recorded on 3D, I did look for them. Did I find it? I'm not sure. But HD, yes, I have found the HD version of the old movies very much. There is no doubt about it. They are available out there. And the 3D thing, I'm not doing much of the Sonos these days. By the way, I have been quite busy last 1 week. I realized my mortgage was ending end of January. They did send me the letter in August this year, and I thought August they're sending me to renew the mortgage. I thought it's too early. I left it there, and I was busy end of October, starting of November to go to India. And after I came back from India, I saw this letter again. I thought, oh my God, it's only 2 months. I need to do my remortgaging. And then speaking to a number of brokers and to arrive at maybe there's a topic of discussion now for tomorrow or next day. It was successful the last couple of days. I finally managed to find a broker and a deal, and that is going through at the moment. These bankers, I really, really hate them. And the Bank of England is slashing the rate, the base rate consistently. And the bankers are not passing over that the reduction in the rate to the customers. They really, really wanted to make money out of it, even when the Bank of England is reducing the rate. So this is something I was occupied with. I've not been recently into movies or Sonos and Glover.
ON80i, Shabu?
I don't have too much experience with mortgages because this is the first and only one I've ever had. And the way it works, I just do it. Well, I did it via the bank. I think probably 4 years ago. For some reason, every 10 years, you need to go to the bank. They invite you. When the banks were open back then, I don't know what's going to happen in the near future. And it's every 10 years, and I went to the bank and we had a discussion. I asked her what she recommends, to me. She said to me, I can't tell you. You have to pay for that information. But I says, but you're my advisor. She says, yeah, they're not over mortgages. So apparently, I had to pay €500 to speak to this girl on the phone for advice. And I said, I can't pay €500. I don't have that sort of money. So I took out that particular part of the mortgage. My mortgage is in two parts for some reason I don't understand. And one part of it, I've done the interest rate for 20 years because I thought if I set the interest rate now, it's only going to go up in years to come. And so my mortgage is in two halves, and I do it all via the bank. Why do you go through a broker? Why is that advantageous, over?
Yeah. We may have a break. Ocean November 8 Echo Italy. John, good evening. Just a minute. I just heard your call in the last minute only, John. Ideally, coming back to the mortgage thing, when the mortgage is coming to renewal, and if your current bank is offering a better deal, it is just a matter of a tick box. Put a tick, sign it, and send it back to them. Job done. Job well done. But that is only if they are offering a better deal. But if they are not offering a better deal, and there are many products available in the market, and that is when we go to an independent broker. The independent broker is supposed to advise you in an independent way, HI. How independent they are, how unbiased they are, we don't know. They are supposed to be unbiased because they are independent. And do we have to pay them? No, I am not paying them a penny. These people get a commission from the lender. If the deal go through, that is how they make the money. I don't know why you had to pay €500 or £500. This must have been the case 20 years ago, but it is unlikely. And it also surprises me when you tell me your mortgage is blocked for 20 years. That is quite unusual. Quite unusual. I know there are a 2-year deal, a 3-year deal, even 5-year deal, even 10-year deal used to be, but no longer people are, the cunning bankers are not offering 10-year deal anymore because anything could change. Anything could change, like the Ukraine war. Like the COVID-19, anything could happen. They are not offering a long-term deal. And if you manage to get one, I think congratulations. That is all what I can say. But I think this is a topic in itself, and it's going to take time. But I just mentioned what I'm going through at the moment. Thank you. There may be John waiting. You might want to bring in John. Okay, let me call him. Ocean, because he called a couple of times. Ocean Nancy 8 Echo Italy. Papa America 1 London Echo Germany. Mike 0 Kilowatt Radio Italy. Come again, John?
Yeah, Roger. Very good evening to you, and good evening to John, a.k.a. Bernard. Mike 0 Kilo Radio India. Oscar November 8 Echo India. Over the last maybe 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, you went up to plus 40 and you're now plus 20. A lot of noise on the band. Our Italian friends are a little bit up to the left, but I'm hearing both of you very well, and the wind is coming through. So hopefully you didn't suffer any storm damage. I was listening earlier to you, Shabu, and you were talking about your hex beam, and at I think was it 4 o'clock or something like that in the morning, you went outside and dropped it down. So I hope everyone is well. I'll put it back to you, Shabu. Mike 0 Kilo Radio India, Oscar November 8 Echo India, and the group. Over.
Yeah, very good. The first thing I wanted to ask you, John, is have you made any change? Or do you have a cold or a sore throat? You sound slightly different. Not bad at all. But that present factor I used to hear, that is lacking a little bit. That present FM quality is lacking a little bit. It sounds to me like you are suffering from a little bit of a cold condition. There is a little bit of bass heavy or bass heavy. I wonder what setting you have changed, or if there is a change at all. Ocean Nancy 8 Echo Italy, 59 plus 10 dB, Mike 0 Kilo Radio India. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, very good and very well spotted. Yeah, I'm suffering the flu at the moment. Thursday I felt it coming on. Yesterday it was quite bad. We were meant to go out and I cancelled. And this morning I wasn't great, but from about noontime I've started to make a miracle recovery. Over.
Yeah, I felt it. I know you have that FM quality voice. That is not happening here today, and that is okay. It is only momentary, and I'm sure you will recover it soon. We all have that problem. We all have that problem. Let's see how Uncle John is copying you. Papa Alpha 1 London Echo Germany and company, Mike 0 Kilowatt Radio Italy. Go ahead, Uncle.
Yeah, go ahead, John. Over.
Oh, sorry, gentlemen. I've just thrown the cat out. They wanted some food. What did I miss? Sorry.
No, it is your over. If Felix is being fed, probably we can wait or we can continue.
Yeah, I just thought while you two were talking, I'll just pop downstairs quickly and give the cat some dried food, which is easy to eat, very easy to do. Did I miss a question there, Shabu?
No question at all. I think John probably needs a report from you.
Very good day, John. How are you today, my friend? From Papa Alpha 1, Lima Echo Golf.
Yeah, Roger, and we have spoken before, John, and I recognise the beep. Papa Alpha 1 Lima Echo Golf, Oscar November 8 Echo India. Yeah, you're 20 over with me, and at one stage, just when Shabu had the microphone, he went up to plus 40, so a terrific signal. Hope the antennas on the roof are all well, and I hope Mr. Felix is well. So back she goes to you, John. Papa Alpha 1 Lima Echo Golf, Oscar November 8 Echo India, and the group. Over.
Yes, and a very good, and thanks for asking about Mr. Felix. He's a bit of a happy cat at the moment. He's only had half of his food. I gave him some wet and dry food together, but I didn't have time for the wet food, so that'll happen sometime soon. Yes, sir, John, lovely signal, very nice audio. You don't sound like you have a cold to me, but there again, I can't remember your voice 100% from last time, but very clear audio, very nice armchair audio, and you're also 20 dB over 9. Just for a bit of context, John, what sort of power are you running today, over?
What power? Okay, power at the moment is 500 watts. The antenna is a double bazooka. It's about 11 meters above ground at the apex, and then the two other legs, they kind of drop down. And the radio is a radio from India. Over.
A radio from India? Oh. Is the company India, or is it actually from India, the country? We speak regularly to a Mike 7 Hotel Echo Tango, and he also uses a double bazooka, and he gets a very good signal here in the Netherlands. And you are running 500 watts. He's running a lot less power. But how would you generally categorize that double bazooka? Would you say it works very well with the Xing, or works better for local work there? Back to you.
Yeah, well, I would say it's really just the same as a dipole. And they say it's a bit more broad-banded. I'm not sure if it's any better or any worse. On 80 meters, I have a dipole, but that's a different affair. That one is a little bit higher up. The apex is at 16 meters above ground, and one of the legs goes up to 22 meters, and then the other leg, it drops down to 4 meters. So that's a sloping dipole. But the double bazookas are good. The only problem is you support them at the apex, the coax feeds, and also don't have them too tight, because I have come across people where the coax, and this is not the feed coax, but this is the coax that acts as the antenna, the legs, they pull out. Over.
I see. Yeah, I googled from when the other operator was coming by his aerial, and it's working very nicely for you. Is this going to be a keeper, this antennae? I mean, are you so happy with this antennae, you're going to keep it? Or are you still looking for maybe alternatives, John? Over.
Oh no, this is my main antenna and my main fallback. This has been up for 5 years. Over.
Oh well, if it's been up for 5 years, it's probably going to be up for the next 5 years as well. And if it works, why mess with it, is what I say. If the aerial's working, the next aerial you might put up might not be as well performing as this aerial. Who can say? And I'll just pass it back to Shabu in case he's got any thoughts or comments. Back to you, Shabu.
My rack was getting heated up quite a bit, but it is a good sign in a way. Because we have been 2 hour plus, I think. Remember in the past, whenever I used to have a longer conversation, one of the devices used to turn off by itself because of the heat sink issue. And today it is a good test. It has been working really well. Coming back to John's double bazooka antenna, I think it is working well, but it's not only double bazooka. I think John has double bazooka for 40, but he does have, if I remember correctly, he does have a retractable mast, I suppose, for higher bands, and a convenient recalibrated height, and which works really well for higher bands. That is what we don't have here, really. A comfortable height is important for the antenna. And if we have the height, I'm thinking we don't necessarily need a 2-element or 3-element. A dipole at a 20-meter high would do the trick. And if it is a rotatable dipole or a dipole positioned for a DXing sort of location, it should do the trick compared to the Yagi antenna at over the balcony. I would think. I would like to think that way. A 20-meter dipole might outperform a 7-meter high Yagi antenna. That is the way I would like to think. And if you have a mast, then it is easy to tie the dipole or the double bazooka easily. That is not a problem at all. Ocean Nancy 8, Echo Italy. Papa America 1 London Echo Germany, Mike 0 Kilowatt Radio Italy. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, very good, Shabu and John. Well, I'm lucky I do have a bit of space, and the main antenna is a 10-element 5-bander. On 20 meters, it's a Moxon, and then on the other bands, it's got 2 elements. It goes up to about 14 meters above the ground. Can go to 15, but I have it at 14. And when the storm comes through, Shabu, I drop it down to about 7 meters above ground. It still works good. In fact, it works very well into the west coast of the US when it's so low. The mast that I use for the wire antennas, that's a 16 meter, and it's a box aluminium. So I have 3 sections. One is 5 by 5 centimeters, and then the next one is 4 by 4. That drops down 1 meter, 6 foot length or 6 meter lengths. So that gives me 11 meters. And then at the top, I have a 6 meter pole drop down 1 meter, and that gives me my 16. Anyway, I go up to 16 meters for the 80 meter antenna, and then 11 meters for the other double bazooka for 40 meters. And then there's another mast in the garden at the back, and that's for a 4-element for 10 meters. And I'm in the middle of converting it to an 8-meter boom with 5 elements. There's 4 at the moment. The boom is 4 meters, but I'm converting it at the moment. So there's a lot going on in the shack. And anyway, Shabu, it's the radio from India, the Apache Labs. The power into the amp is about 14 watts, and the solid state amp is coming from Australia. So back to you, John. Quite a long over, which is not typical for me. Papa Alpha 1, Lima Echo Golf, Oscar November 8, Echo India, and the group. Over.
Yeah, nice one there, John. Always nice to speak to a station who takes the hobby seriously, and I think you're one of those operators. Yeah, very nice with your aerials, and yeah, I think the aerial is the start of any show. Good aerial, good positioning, and wherever you plug into it, I think you generally get some good results. Nice one, John. I need to go around now. I came on the radio 2.5 hours ago, and even to Shabu is the long over. For me, I'm just getting warmed up. But I do need to go and do some other things, and one of them is feed the cat and get me some food sorted out. So nice talking to you, John. Sorry I can't stay a bit longer, but maybe next time I can have a longer chat with you. And congratulations on your shack. Sounds very, very nice, I must say. Okay, John, I'm going to pass it back to Shabu. Nice to talk to Shabu. I will love you and leave you. As you know, going to carry on with some other things now. And I might speak to you tomorrow, Shabu. Who can say back to you, over?
Yeah. We never know tomorrow. Tomorrow is in the ether. The future is in the ether. Thank you very much for the lovely contact. Colin says we have a marathon. Colin says we have probably he must be thinking we have broken the marathon QSO ever we had. And I remember having a marathon with John as well back in 2019, I suppose, on 20-meter band. Yeah, Saturday, and this type of gusty, windy condition, I think it is a private time for radio, and we can be on the radio for more hours as an excuse. Very good. Thank you very much for the lovely chat. You have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a quality time with Felix. And I'm sure you will be spending some time on music or on movie. I will be watching that movie you recommended tonight because I have nothing else to do. And probably we can catch up tomorrow as well. I will also be going QRT very soon after having a few over with John. And I recommend Uncle you please have a look at the John's QRZ page. And then you can see this Trike Madman. That's what he has written. Trike Madman boasting in front of his 16-meter high aluminium pole, box pole, and retractable mast having a number of antenna there. That is a good one. And I have a question for John as well. Probably you can sign off with Uncle John before we talk about it. Ocean Nancy 8 Echo Italy, Papa America 1 London Echo Germany on the verge of signing. Mike 0 kilowatt radio Italy. Go John.
Yeah, Roger, very good. Shabu, all copied. Okay, John, till the next time, and you are beginning to fade, and I'm sure it's vice versa. So greetings to you, greetings to Mr. Felix, and till the next time. Papa Alpha 1, Lima Echo Golf, Oscar November 8, Echo India. Bye-bye from Belgium, over.
Yeah, lovely talking to you, John. And I've just got your QRZ page up, and I think we've spoken before, because I do recognise a few of the photos. You're also a keen cyclist, and I can remember now you enjoy riding tricycles, if I'm not mistaken. And you've also got an ACOM amplifier, so you can't be all bad, John, that's for sure. Lovely talking to you, Oscar November 8, Echo India, from Papa Alpha 1, Lima Echo Golf. Number 3 is John. Bye-bye, Shabu. And that's it, really. Bye-bye now.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye, John. All the best. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye now.
Yeah. John, my question was, looking at that second last picture on the QRZ page, yeah, second last and the last is almost the same. The aluminium mast for as a support for the dipole antenna or the double bazooka. And did you have any concern around the mast interacting with the elements there on the dipole there, John?
Yeah, okay. I just brought up that picture. So just go quickly with that question, over.
Yeah, I'm looking at the one at the rear side. I'm not looking at the one at the front. I'm looking at the one at the rear side. The one that is supporting the double bazooka. That support being aluminium metallic structure. Was that a concern for the dipole antenna? Over.
Well, it wasn't a concern for me. Now, I should alter that photo, or take another of the same photo. Let me think. Okay, the one at the top, no, at the middle. So that's where the double bazooka, the 80-meter double bazooka is now in resting mode. So both elements are just hanging down, and I've got them tied off down at the bottom of the mast. The double bazooka is as is, and up at 16 meters, I did have a dipole for 60 meters, but I have to say we only have 4 channels in Belgium, and I mainly just heard stations from DL. So what I did, I just dropped down the 60-meter dipole made out of D10 wire, and I just put block connectors on, and that's how I made the 80-meter dipole. Over.
Yeah, I get the point. I was only asking about the length of the mast, which is aluminium. The length of the aluminium mast, and probably the length of the dipole. One side is again 10 meter, and the immediate connection, immediate feed point that comes in contact, almost comes in contact with the aluminium and its effect. Really, that is what I was thinking. Normally, if I remember correctly, I always used to tie the feed point of the dipole on the coconut tree, and that not being a conductor, that was never an issue. But the support pole becoming the conductor, especially for the dipole antenna, and how the pattern would be distorted, that was the question. But it's difficult to answer because we can't see with the naked eye. It is like one antenna in the garden and the second antenna in the garden probably interacting with each other. But I guess that is not a big deal. As long as you are getting the report, that shouldn't be a problem, I suppose. Very good. Yeah, looking good. Even today I was thinking about having a retractable mast. I do have one, but that is only 8 meter high. And I was thinking about in the new year, taking the hobby to the next level, to have at least a 12 meter high mast, retractable mast with a very minimal footprint might help on DXing on the higher band. So this is what I was thinking about. Even 15 meter high, but we don't necessarily have to use 15 meter all the time. And Hex B might give additional because of its structure. The way it stands up in the sky. Probably that will give another 1 meter or 1.5 meter high additional anyway. This is what I was contemplating on, John. Ocean Nancy 8 Echo Italy, Mike 0 kilowatt radio Italy.
Yeah, okay, well, very good. Just to comment about the dipole and the aluminium pole, who knows if there's reflection or whatever. It seems to work. Now, when Ron ZL4 RMF was alive, I think I have nearly 80 contacts with him. So that double bazooka on 40 meters, it worked. So the power over to I always run about 450, 500. So every morning I heard Ron, I give him a call, and he did hear me. So I have no idea what the dipole, the aluminium pole, and it is an amazing system. There is a YouTube video. I don't know if I linked it. That is a great system. That 4 centimeter, 5 centimeter box section, ideal for someone living in suburbia. The way they can, tilt it over when not in use, and then they can have, let's say, 40 and 80 meters dipoles up at the drop of a hat. Over.
Yeah, I understand that. And since you have quite a bit of real estate backing you there, I think it is very much possible. Here we have limited space, and for such a structure, I think it needs quite a bit of approval here. At least 40-meter high. Yeah, that would definitely attract a lot of eyes. That is what I am thinking. Very good. You're sounding good. Yes, Ron, I used to talk to Ron. I think I have at least 10 contact with him. Unfortunately, he's silent key. I have worked him on the short path as well as long path using the Moxon wire beam on 40-meter band. And I've also worked him on 20-meter band. A great operator. And it was only his operating methodology or operating style that made a contact possible for me, especially when a lot of Italians and Spaniards were calling over and over. Very good. We don't have many such people on the band at the moment, unfortunately. But I think he has had a great life, and many people, he has made a lot of friends. I know many people speaking to him early in the morning. But I started wondering for the last 3 or 5 months why I'm not hearing him anymore, until someone else told me the story. And it was with sadness I heard the story, John. So that is the thing. I was almost going QRP because we have been on the band 2 hours plus. The audio rack, the radio doesn't have any problem at all, because I'm only pushing 5 to 10 watt. Amplifier probably yes, it doesn't care at all. But I think the audio gears, they care quite a bit. Yeah, they are in a congested area. Ocean Nancy 8 Echo Italy to Mike 0 kilowatt radio Italy.
Yeah, Roger, 30 over on that one. Now, just a quick one. Did you ever consider buying a Hermes Light 2? Over?
No, not really. What I was thinking about was when I am traveling, when I travel, I would like to have an SDR transceiver, but not necessarily Hermes Light. My objective is to work CW QRP when I am traveling, and I can sit down near the beach and work. That is there is definitely a use case for that. But Hermes Light, not as in interfacing with the computer and calibrating and running through the amplifier. No, that is not necessarily my use case. My use case about SDR transceiver is around working CW QRP. John, over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you just sound like a good pal of mine from Ireland that actually got me through the CW. Now, I'm not sure if you ever made contact. He's only CW and he's only QRP, and he more or less only operates portable down by the sea. So he is Echo India 5, Echo November. Now, I just went to QRZ. He's not there. So I might just give him a nudge, even just to put a picture. But anyway, Echo India 5, Echo November. And his name is Romano. And he is more or less 100% CW, over.
Yeah. I know there are several such people who likes CW. They spend less time on lower side band, but more on CW. No, I keyed in that call sign. I haven't. He's not on my list. at the moment. But otherwise, it is easier on a QRP CW, especially when you are an exotic station and you are at the beach. You are powered by the battery. You don't need a sophisticated system, and you just want to have fun. And I have identified such location back in Kerala. What is remaining is the need for me to find an equipment and go there and work CWQRP in a relaxed fashion. And that is one of the one of the item in my task list, John. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, well, he would be very relaxed, and I think his latest, and I could stand corrected on that, is the little Ellie craft with the key on the radio. Over.
Yeah. I understand that one, but I believe there are a number of other options as well, not necessarily Hermes Light. There are other options as well. There is a kit option I have seen. There is an assembled option I have seen as well. Well, there are many options these days, and we can easily get a clone from AliExpress as well, John. Over.
Yeah, Roger, I've seen another one, and I'm not sure about the Libra. So there is all other options. But anyway, I have the two radios in the shack, the Hermes Light and the Annan. So today I'm on the Annan with the Australian amp. Over.
Yeah. You pitched 25 dB at the moment. And this Annan, is that what is it called? Is that second generation? Over.
Yeah, that's it's a few years old now. It's the 7000 DLE Mark II. Over.
Yeah, I get it. I know the story from Osden, DJ to DX. He has been waiting to get the latest version for many months and months after ordering. Because it takes time to construct it. And I think, and ever since I haven't heard from him. I don't know if he's a happy person with the latest version. Yet to be seen. Yeah, quite a bit of impedance. I mean, quite a bit of money involved in it, John. Yeah, I'm happy with my analog sort of setup, really. I mean, it's not truly analog, isn't it? I mean, it's a hybrid. There is a DSP factor in it, and I like the DSP of 7800. It is absolutely brilliant on reception as well as transmission, John. Yeah, I do have two analog devices here, and I should be using it more often than normal. But I managed to tame the ICOM very much, which is otherwise brute force sounding, really cutting through the noise and that trebly sound. And over a period of time I managed to tame them really well with the ICOM. And after that, the next project may be to get to the Kenwood and the Yaesu transceiver and play a bit. This is what I'm thinking about. I know we had this discussion about the modern equipment. Why not try the modern system rather than going back to the analog? But for some reason, I like the analog devices. Just a personal preference, really. That is the story. Ocean Nancy 8 Echo Italy, Mike 0 Kilowatt Radio India.
Yeah, by the way, Shabu, you went up to 45/9, over.
Yeah, that is unbelievable. Probably your antenna is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Of course, I am pushing about 500 to 600 at the moment based on the way I modulate. Maximum can be 10 to 12 into the from the exciter. That should give at least 500 to 600 watts, John. Very good. I think it is almost timing out for me, John. Thank you very much for the lovely chat. You have a good evening. Enjoy your rest of your Saturday. What I will do is, Uncle John has given me a recommendation for a movie. I think it is a horror movie. And but rating is looking good. I will be watching that movie tonight, and probably tomorrow. Looking at tomorrow, there is nothing much to be done tomorrow. We might make a biryani tomorrow to be creative in the kitchen. That is what I'm thinking, John. Ocean Nancy 8 Echo Italy. Mike 0 Kilowatt Radio India.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what we do, myself and my daughter, every Saturday night. So every other week I choose a movie, and the every other week she chooses the movie. So tonight it's her choice, and we're being joined by the special guest tonight, and it's my son. So he's going to choose the movie, because otherwise when we choose the movie he doesn't watch. But if he chooses the movie, all three of us will watch, and it's a very nice evening. Now I'm trying to remember the name. He mentioned the name of the movie. I've seen it before, and I think it's a court scene, and there's Army Marines in the US and the whole lot. So I'm not big into movies. I just thought it was a good way of spending time with my daughter. She's 17, and he's 20. So anyway, that's what we'll be doing tonight. And it looks like the wind has more or less, I won't say it's gone away, but it's certainly dropped. So have a nice evening. We had a nice lunch on this side, and a nice breakfast. And this morning I wasn't feeling great from the flu, but I have to say, although I am, not the best as regards the flu, I hope to be going to work on Monday. Over.
Yeah. I wanted to ask about your son, whether he's back for the December break. My elder guy, he's coming back on 13th or 14th next week. By this time, he should be here. And they have 3 weeks or 2 weeks break, isn't it? So he is going to be happy because his mother will be cooking the food. And he's excited to come back second time. So that's very good. So yes, interesting. Have a quality time with the family, and okay about the lunch and dinner. We did have. I was talking to Uncle John about I sent him some pictures about the South Indian breakfast he made today. And I was explaining it, and Dave said he cannot probably manage Indian breakfast in the morning because he thinks it is a little bit spicy. They might look spicy, but the morning ones are not really spicy. So unless and until they taste it, it is difficult. So that is the plan. Very good. Yes, the wind has subsided quite a bit. And I think tomorrow I will look at it again. I had to loosen the Moxon corners, the four corners of the Moxon, so they can dance with the wind without getting damaged. When I came back from India, I found the cable ties. Moxon is a rectangle. From the two corners of the Moxon. The pulley has come out. When I inspected them, it was the cable tie that had broken, and it looks like the cable tie has the ultraviolet radiation is causing the cable tie to break down completely over a period of time. So I resorted to something else instead of the cable tie. What I wanted was a maintenance-free antenna, at least an antenna that can stand there for the next 5 years. This was my plan, but the plan has not happened quite the way I wanted. So a little bit more work to be done on the maintenance of the Moxon antenna. That is something I will look at when the weather improves, John. Very good. Thank you very much for the lovely chat. You have a good evening. Enjoy your rest of your day. And have a quality time with the family. Until we meet again, merci beaucoup, namaskar, shukriya. Ocean Nancy 8 Echo Italy, Mike 0 Kilowatt Radio Italy.
Yeah, very good, Shabu. Shabu, I've just changed over, and I'm now listening to an SDR in the west of Ireland, because the station beside was, although you're really loud, he was also encroaching. So I just a quick one. I tried to now. I kind of gave up on it, but I'm coming back to it. In the morning, a Sunday morning on 7123 is the Irish Radio Transmitter Society and the South Dublin Radio Group, and they meet up around I don't know, maybe 9 o'clock 9 o'clock Irish time, and they keep the frequency open, and then the news is read at 11. But what was happening was that the continental stations were murdering it for me. So I now listen to them on the SDR, and I transmit on my radio, and they hear me and I hear them. So it works out well. And just about to tell you as well, my son, he didn't go away. He stayed at home. The college is about where is it? Probably about 20 kilometers from the house, and he cycles in and cycles home. So he's on his third year of applied computer science, and he has internship in February that'll run till April. So that's the situation there. Very good speaking with you. I hope we speak soon, and maybe we can speak when the band is less busy. But the weekend on 40 can be a bit of a madhouse. I wonder, are you ever on in the mornings during the week? Well, I think you were sometimes when COVID was at its height. So till the next time, have a nice evening, and thanks very much for the lovely contact. Mike 0 Kilo Radio India, Oscar November 8 Echo India. Back to you, Shabu. Over.
Back to you, Shabu. Over. Yeah, just quickly, a couple of things there, John. On the Irish SDR, what is my report, over?
Yeah, okay, well, come back and I'll have a listen to you, over.
I'll have a listen to you, over. Yeah, very good, very good. Because they come from the rear side of the Moxon antenna, and I would like to know if that makes a difference. Yeah, they are not exactly rear, but they are diagonally rear. Diagonally rear, I think Irish Ireland. And with the straight, your receiver will be getting straight from Croydon. QSL about daytime. It's not a day. It's not a non-hostel. It's not a hostel stay for your son. I understand that. Totally understand. I was talking to the younger one and asking, do you want to do the same thing? Like your brother, you want to go when the time comes to the college and stay in the hostel and do the degree. He said, no, I would like to travel from home daily. Why? Why do you want to travel from home daily? Because I want homely food, he says, John, over.
Yeah, I'm with them 100%, and my daughter will go to college when she finishes up. So, and that's not so far, maybe 25 kilometers. She'll go by bus. Yeah, there's nothing worse. There's nothing better than coming home and being greeted by your mother, even your father, and the house is nice and warm, and the food is ready on the table, and everything is taken care of. And the good thing is the two harmonics, they don't annoy me. So there's no loud music or ridiculous actions. So as long as that happens and stays, and it will, I'm sure, they can stay with us as long as they like, Shabu. Over.
As long as they like Shabu, over. Indeed. Yeah. These days, you remember in 90s, the kids used to play a lot of music. 90s, even 2000 for that matter. A lot, influenced by the Hollywood music industry. quite a bit, even Bollywood for that matter. Building the music system, 5.1, 3.1, all part of the excitement in the past. But these days, children don't care about it. They have the Spotify on their mobile phone, and mobile phone may be worth much worth than the 5.1 system. When you look at some of these mobile phones, especially the Motorola one, which sound is really good. It is a different world, a different era, a different taste, John. Very good, very good. So what was the report from the Irish SDR, John?
Yeah, and I was just about to give it. Yeah, you're 5759, and I'm hearing you fine. I'm looking at my own signal, and it's probably about 10 over 9. But how I operate, I'm looking at one screen. I can see the Kiwi SDR, and as soon as I on-key with you, I bring up the volume on the little baby audio amplifier that I have in the shack, and I can just hear the tail end of my over.
Yeah, interesting. So on the back side, you are hearing me 5x7. When I say back side, I mean on the SDR. But directly you are hearing me 59 plus 20 and at times plus 40 dB as well. So there may be quite a number of elements working here. There may be the propagation to that direction, there may be the receiving antenna, there may be the front-to-back ratio of my box. All these factors may be playing, but in your case, I am straight firing towards your location. So that should be ideally, it is expected you get a lot more report directly compared to the SDR, John. Very good. Thank you very much for the lovely chat. Have a good evening. Enjoy your rest of your day. And we shall catch up again very soon. Until then, namaskara, shukriya. Ocean Nancy 8 Echo Italy. Mike 0 Kilowatt Radio India.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, Shabu, just quickly, I moved to another Kiwi SDR. This one is north of Birmingham in a place called Stone. So just out of curiosity, just give me a report or just come back with your final over. And I'll give you a signal report north of Birmingham.
Yeah, that may be the same sort of direction really. Looking at my Moxon antenna, which is about 7 meters above the ground level, and the beam heading is 60 degrees, and that definitely have a beam width at least 100 degrees. So we are looking at least 10 degree north. 10 degree north to 110 degrees southeast. 10 degree north to 110 degrees southeast. That is the beam width in my observation. Almost that is the beam width in my observation. And they work very well. But anything outside that meter band at this time of the day, sometimes it really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it is sort of dipole and a lot of energy going in the higher angle and hitting the sky and coming back. And Ireland or Manchester or Birmingham, not very far away from this location. So they should be potentially getting a good signal as well, John. Ocean Nancy 8 Echo Italy, Mike 0 Kilowatt Radio India.
Yep, Roger on that, Shabu. Yeah, and I was just quickly moving over to a Kiwi in Maidstone, but we could be here for the night, switching and getting signals. But it is a great way, and you know that of testing propagation. Let's say with VK, you tune into a VK SDR. You just call is the frequency in use, and if you're heard, you know that you're making the signal. All you have to do after that is for someone to hear you and come back to you. Excuse me. Anyway, I've done a lot of talking, and I think it's time for... I'll have a cup of tea now, and I'll go down and see what they're up to. Great speaking, and I hope we speak soon. M0 Kilo Romeo India, Oscar November 8 Echo India. Bye-bye from Belgium, Shabu, over.
Very good, very good. Next time probably when we meet, your your flu is you are recovered from your cold flu, and your that particular frequency that is dominating at the moment, around 200, 300, I suppose. That is no longer going to be the case. You will be sounding back again like an FM station, John. Thank you very much. Best Bekal, Namaskar, Shukriya. Ocean Nancy 8 Echo Italy. Mike 0 Kilowatt Radio India. Signing clear and going QRT. Bye bye, John.
Yeah, bye bye, Shabu. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Hi, Shabu. 15 RTT, just to say hello to you.
Oh, in 5 RTT. Is there a QSO number?
QSO, hello, Shabu. Jerry.
Jerry, good evening. 59 plus 20 plus dB, Jerry. How copy you?
Oh, you're plus 20, 25, sometimes 30, so absolutely no worries, but you see no report. I hope this CAD will find you in good shape, and just say hello if you hold QRT, so we can easier. 15 RTT to M0 Carry.
Yeah, what is that transfer? Is that 7851?
Yeah, always the same. I never will change this week again.
And is that sugar mic 8?
No, not at all. This is Electro Voice.
Please come again.
This is Electro Voice, Series 20.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. And very interesting. You have totally changed the way.
M0 SKA ON80I, and also just wondering, is the frequency in use? Over.
Unbelievable, John, isn't it? You find a frequency and then somebody just appears out of nowhere, John, over.
Yep, Roger, no problem. Let me find something, because I have a birdie on this one. Over.
Yeah, okay, John, have a look and just message me, John, over.
Roger.
Lima, Mike 719. Muito bem. 719, foco.
Is this frequency in use? ON8EI. Is this frequency in use? ON8EI. M0SKA ON8EI, over.
Yeah, ON8EI, M0SKA. Hope you're well, John. I heard, I was listening to you and Shabu for a while, and I gather you've had the flu, John, so speedy recovery from that, John, over.
Yeah, well, thank you, Dave. Yeah, well, I knew something was coming on Thursday in the morning, and then I went to work. I didn't feel great, but I soldiered on. Friday was a day off. We were meant to go to Germany, but I didn't feel up to it. So today, Saturday in the morning, not feeling too good, but from about lunchtime, I'm not bad. I'm not great, but if I had to go to work tonight or tomorrow morning, I believe I could handle it. Over.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, get yourself some paracetamol and plenty of... you should feed a... Hang on. Starve a cold Oh no, feeder fever, I can't remember. Anyway, get plenty of fluids down you, John, and hopefully you'll feel a lot better, John. But I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, all good. And I was on with Moz and Steve this morning on 20 long path. Moz has a good signal. We were on. Well, I think Steve and Moz were on for well over an hour. I think I was on for half an hour, 40 minutes, John. So conditions were good over.
Yeah, well, that sounds good. No, this morning I lay in my bed till about 11 o'clock Belgian. I didn't want to get up too early, and I wasn't. You know that feeling when you feel a little bit ill, and you're just not in the mood for radio. Over.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you can't be bothered, can you, John? So no, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all for that, John. So very good. Nothing new really. I got the new monitor in and managed to level the 3 up. I think I sent you a photograph. So that's about it, John, really. And just been in and out the shack most of the day. Donna's out doing a bit of Christmas shopping, and we're off out for something to eat tonight with Donna's sister and our brother-in-law. So yeah, should all be good. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you're have a nice evening, by the way, and you're running between 20 and 30 over. So sounding good in Belgium. Now here's a setting which Wayne told me about. So up on the top right, you have the various ALC and the whole lot. Let me just click on it. Hang on, I just bring the mouse over. Okay, you've got forward power, CFC, blah, blah, blah. There's an interesting one, you might know it, and it's called ALC Group. Over.
Yes, I've just clicked onto that one now, John. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, that Wayne was telling me once you're running between 4 and 5, you really know that you're driving it well for the pure signal to work and for the coupler to work. Over.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm peaking about 2, John. I'm peaking about 2, so I'm guessing to adjust that, you'd adjust the ALC level, John. Over.
I would presume so. Now I'm looking at the ALC here, and it's just banging. It's just banging on 0. Over.
Yeah. Okay. So what's he saying? You should be hitting 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5, and then you will know that the pure signal and the coupling is working good. I'm looking at the coupler now, and it's 158, 159. Over.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I'm on 149, 150. I'm hitting 150, John. And it's coming in no problem. So, I don't know. I don't really want to adjust anything, John. Over.
No, don't. But that was just a tip from Wayne. I didn't have to adjust anything. Everything was fine. So, good anyway. Yeah, I'm now using... I'm really enjoying it now because, as I told you a few times, the little Einstein, he has the 2 radios on the one PC, which is great fun. I can jump between one and the other. Over.
Yeah, well, you're 20 dB over, John. So no issues at all on that one. And I just downloaded the latest version, so I'm on V2.10.3.7, and there's a few new features in there, John. But I installed it last night, John, with no issues. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I'm going to stay with where I am. I'm on 10.3.3 from let me think, from November of last year. Over.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think you should always do the update. Save that file somewhere then delete it off the app and install the other one, John. That's what I do, over.
Yeah, well, I did that, and I didn't like the way of saving the not the profile, but you know what, you want to save the current settings that you have. I didn't like that, so I'm if and you know me a little bit, I'm a bit of a dinosaur, over.
Yeah, but there's a box in there, John, that saves settings when you close down. You don't even have to do anything, John, over.
Well, I didn't know that. Okay, well, I'll bear it in mind, but for the moment I'm going to stay with this one. I also didn't like, and I'm sure there's a way of the weaker signals used to, with the noise reduction 2, which I have on all the time, the weaker signals used to not get over that squelch, over.
Yeah, but you don't have to use the new one. You can revert back to type, John. It's only a selection, John, where it's a variable. So you don't have to use the new variable, John, over.
Yeah, I didn't know about that anyway. So you're selling the new version, over.
Oh, well, no. All I've done, John, I've come to the Annan with Thetis on 2.10.3. Whatever it was at the time, and I've just kept up with the updates, John. So nothing's new to me, if you know what I mean. I don't go back that far with it, so I'm just keeping up with the progress that comes out, John, over.
Yep, Roger. No, okay. Well, very interesting. But for the moment, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay as I was. Now, tonight, where are you going, over?
We're going to. It's called Bowland Brewery. So it's a small sort of micro brewery that's got a restaurant attached, a cinema. I think there's some bowling alleys and a massive bar, John. I'll send you some photographs when we're there. So we're going out for something to eat, John, over.
Okay, well, here's a question for me, for you from me. Will it be noisy, over?
I don't know. I don't think it's they play loud music, John, over.
Okay, Dave, I believe I heard someone dropping in, so I'll put it back to you, Dave, over.
I heard somebody. The break station, go ahead.
MI2MOD. David, I'm not hanging about hello, John. Both 5 and 9 plus 20. David, I haven't spoken in a long time. I hadn't shouted hello.
Yeah, well, it's great to hear you. I know you haven't been too well, and you've got a little bit of distortion on the audio, but I can hear you. You're a decent signal, and but I hope everything's okay, Thomas. And nice to hear you on the radio. MI0MOD, M0SKA.
M0SKA, MI0MOD. Hopefully that's better. Maybe stay close to the microphone. I'm only the one antenna up here at the moment because the rest of them came down in the storm during the night. I'm not able to work at them. Yeah, I'm in and out of hope now. And every couple of weeks you get treatment, but the treatment's very hard on me. So, but I haven't been talking in a long time. I heard you say to John, I think it is, that you were heading out tonight. Enjoy yourself. I'm not going to hang about. I'm waiting on the War Office calling me for dinner, David, and I just couldn't resist to shout out, goodness know when we hear you again. And Merry Christmas to you and the family, and have a safe one tonight when you're out. And John, Merry Christmas to you also. Leave it with you, Dave. M0SKA-MI0MOD.
Well, you made my day, Thomas, calling in, so thanks for that. And yeah, you have a great Christmas with the family, Thomas. I do speak to Merv quite regular. So drop Merv a message. I'll tell him I've spoke to you, Thomas. But say hello to John before you go. ON80I, M0SKA. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, a very good evening to you, Thomas. Nice to hear you. And it's been a while, but thank you very much for dropping in. Good luck with what's going on with you, and enjoy your evening meal. So I'll give you a report on the next over. When you came in first, it was a little bit distorted. MI0MOD, ON80I and the group, over.
Yeah, you're 5-9 peaking 20 dB at times, John. Lovely audio from you and David, and nice to hear you. So you're working very well. Nice propagation between us and Belgium, and of course the into the mainland here. We've had a storm here, and it's pretty bad over here. But I know it's very bad. It's worse in Wales, Scotland, and in around the coast. So my wire antenna, I've only got the one wire up out of the three there, so that they're all down on the ground there. We got up this morning, and we'll see what we can do tomorrow. There's one of them I can fix from the ground, John, but the rest of them I'm not able to get onto the roof of the house because I'm not well enough, not fit enough to climb. It's not safe with the medication in me. But thanks for coming back to the call, John. Pleasure's mine, and a Merry Christmas to you and yours. And I hope to meet you soon again. 7-3, mate. God bless from MI0MOD.
Yeah, very good, Thomas. And, well, nice to hear you. By the way, if as my wife would say, easy to say, but if Dave and myself lived close by, we'd certainly come over and help out. And I think you're probably on the double bazookas, and they can be very, very heavy, especially if you pull them tight. They can pull out. So till the next time, Thomas, good to hear you. And I'll put it over to, by the way, you're 20 over with me. M0, I was going to say VDO. M0SKA to take it. ON80I in the group, over.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, very good. Yeah, okay, Thomas. Well, take care, and I'm sure you'll get somebody to give you a hand to get the antennas back up. But you're still on the air. That's the main thing, Thomas. And it's great. Really is great to hear you. I'll message Merv and tell him I've spoke to you, Thomas, as soon as we finish on here. Take care, Thomas, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to all. Over.
Yeah, pleasure, David. No, I heard you, and I just have spoken a long time. I have shouted and wish you a Merry Christmas. It's been some time. And with a wee while since I spoke to Merv. Would you enjoy yourself tonight out with the family, and keep safe? And don't be overdoing it with the ball overchasing, mate. I don't it's dangerous. Almost being clear.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll take my time, Thomas, with that. But great to hear you on. You dropped down then. I don't know if the band's changed or something, but take care, Thomas. All the very best. Round to you, John. Over.
Yeah, bye-bye, Thomas. And you kind of faded away, but till the next time, MI0MOD, ON80I, and back to you. I think he called you David. Over.
Oh, I think it was Andy. Was that you, Andy? Over. Oh, no, nothing heard. I think the band's changing, John. But I'm going to have to clear, John, and go and feed the dogs. I've got some chores to do. So you enjoy your film tonight, John, and we'll catch up soon. Probably tomorrow, and hopefully you're feeling a little bit better, John. And it's not great, is it? All this flu and bugs going round. That's what bothers me about going out tonight, John. I'll keep away from the masses, over.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe I got it from a guy. I was talking to a trucker, and he was telling me his wife had the flu. So maybe via him she passed it on. But no problem. I'm still operational, and luckily I have a good nurse, and two good orderlies. HI. Thanks for the great contact as usual, Dave, and we keep in touch. M0SKA ON80I. Bye bye from Belgium. Over.
Yeah, and by the way, John, I'm on your sort of bandwidth, so hopefully I'm sounding okay, John.
Oh yeah, perfect. Great DX quality. Over.
Oh, I don't know if I like the DX side of it.
Yeah, no. Well, perfect. What would Wayne call it? Communication quality audio. Over.
Okay, John. Enjoy the night, John, and we'll speak tomorrow, 7:30.
Yeah, bye-bye. ON80I. Bye-bye, Dave.
Bye-bye, John.
Mike 7, Mike Joseph.